Hello there. I wanted to talk real quick about rationalizing numerators and denominators if we have an addition or a subtraction in the numerator or denominator. Again, our goal here is to get rid of the radical in the denominator or numerator. This is most common for the denominator, but when we get to calculus, we do see that we use it sometimes in the numerator too. So let's take a look. I'm going to start with D here. I have 1 minus the square root, or I'm sorry, 1 over the square root of 3 minus the square root of 2. So what I'm going to do here to get rid of the square roots in the denominator is something we call the conjugate. And so the conjugate comes like this. It's going to be the square root of 3, and I'm going to have the square root of 2. Instead of having a minus sign there, I'm going to put a plus sign. So I change the sign. I multiplied by a 1, so I'm going to put the square root of 3 plus the square root of 2 up here too, right? So remember, I just flipped those signs, multiply by that. The beauty of this is what happens if I use FOIL now. Well, on the top I can just distribute. So I'm going to get 1 times the square root of 3, which gives me the square root of 3, plus 1 times the square root of 2, which gives me a square root of 2. In the denominator, I need to FOIL. So I'm going to do first, so that's going to give me the square root of 3 squared. That's going to be a 3, all right? Then I'm going to have my outers. That's going to be plus the square root of 3 times the square root of 2. And then I'll have my inners. That's going to be minus the square root of 3 square root of 2. And I'll have finally my lasts, which is going to be a minus the square root of 2 all squared. I'll finish that off. All right, so what you see here, what you notice here is this term right here and this term right here, they match, but they're opposite signs. So those are going to zero out. And that's why we use the conjugate. All right, because those middle terms, the outers and the inners, they sum to 0. And so we can just leave them off and they go away and I don't have any square roots down there anymore. So what I get is the square root of 3 plus the square root of 2 over a 3 minus a 2. That's my square root of 3 squared and my square root of 2 squared down there. 3 minus 2 is just 1, and so anything divided by 1 is just square root of 3 plus the square root of 2, and I'm all done. That's the same as the square root of 3 plus the square root of 2 over 1. All right, but we write it like this in a simplified form. So hopefully that one makes sense. That's one use of the conjugate. If we go over to our problem for E, this time I'm going to rationalize the numerator, so a little bit different, not a lot. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to multiply by, again, the conjugate. So I have the square root of x plus 8. That's my first term, and I have the square root of x. Here I had a plus sign, so here I'm going to put a minus. I'll close my parentheses. And I'm going to have square root of x plus 8 minus square root of x, because I'm multiplying by a 1. All right? Okay. So again, if I do my FOIL up on the top here, then my inner and my outer terms, you can see my outer terms would be a square root of x times the square root of x plus 8, and it would be negative. And my inners would be the square root of x times the square root of x plus 8, but it would be positive, and so those are going to cancel each other out again. And so I'm not going to worry about those. I'm just going to take my firsts, which are going to be the square root of x plus 8 squared minus my square root of x squared all over 2 times the quantity square root of x plus 8 minus square root of x. All right, so if I clean up that top part, what I'm going to get is an x plus 8, that's my first term, minus an x all over a 2 times my square root of x plus 8, make that a square root longer, minus the square root of x. You'll notice the x's there in the numerator cancel each other out. X minus x is 0, so I just end up with an 8 over 2 times square root of x plus 8 minus the square root of x. And now, finally, if you notice that we get to keep going just a little bit more, I can reduce. 8 divided by 2 is 4, so I'm going to end up with a 4 up there on the top all by itself. And so I'll put it over here. I'm going to get a 4 over square root of x plus 8 minus the square root of x. And I am all done. I've rationalized the numerator this time. So those two problems show you how you can rationalize the numerator and the denominator. They'll be helpful for that homework for Module 1, section or Part 2. And I think there's at least one of those on the quiz that's Module 1 quiz. So I thought I would make a really quick video for you. I hope this is helpful, and I will see you guys this week. Bye-bye.